Third overall pick. Now that the odds have shifted at the second overall spot with Travis Hunter becoming the favorite, not Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter now the favorite to be the third overall pick. That doesn't mean to the Giants, but the Giants hold the third overall pick. They could trade out of that spot and somebody else get Abdul Carter. I'm not shocked by any of those. You've got Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, and Shadur Sanders, and then after that, it really, really goes up high. I would suspect it's going to be Carter or Hunter at 2 and the other guy at 3. I think we're kind of crystallizing that as we get 16 days away from the draft, Devin.
Yeah, it's so interesting because obviously my time in New England, I follow a lot of the reporters up there. And it's like a little bit of this feeling of if like Travis Hunter goes to the Giants because they have edge rushers already. They drafted Thibodeau a few years ago, and they just paid Brian Burns, so just maybe Abdul Carter falls to 4, and they have to. And I remember seeing, I'm just like, no, what does that matter? Like they signed Thibodeau, but if they think Abdul Carter is that guy, I could easily see the Giants going at 3. I think the unique thing for the Giants is who makes this ultimate decision at 3? Is it the current GM and Joe Shane and Brian Dable, the head coach, or is it more ownership with Mara coming in and saying, hey, I love Shador and let's get him at 3? Like, I think that's the interesting thing, because if I'm Dable and Shane, I'm like, the pressure's on us. We need to win in a division that's really hard and a schedule that's going to be daunting as we start the season. So, but I think Abdul Carter is the guy that goes 3. I just think when you draft that early in the draft, you can't really take a guy that you think maybe might be good, or you think he'll have like a Kirk Cousins or an Andy Dalton type of career. Like, you can't sit there and take that kind of quarterback when you're looking at a guy that you think could possibly be a first ballot Hall of Famer, a guy that you just fall in love with in Abdul Carter. Like, to me, you have to take him. So I do think he ends up going 3rd to the Giants, or whoever drafts 3rd, like you said.
And look, this is one of the things the NFL prefers that there isn't a lot of focus on. They like a firewall between regular season standings and draft order. But think back to the Joe Milton game, Week 18. The thinking was the Bills were deliberately trying to lose the game because they didn't want. I'm not accusing anyone. I'm just saying I had picked up before the game, hey, the Bills really don't want to win this game. They don't want the Patriots to have the first overall pick in the draft. Look at the difference from that one game. If they lose, they got the number 1 overall pick. They control the board. They could trade it. They could do whatever. And now at 4, like you got some big names. They're going to be gone by the time the Patriots on the clock at number 4. It's a huge difference for a game that ultimately means nothing. I can't remember what their final record was. Was it 3-14? Was it 4-13? I don't know, and the fans are probably trying to forget it. Who cares whether you won or lost that last game? That's the problem. And they want to ignore it because the temptation to tank is real, and different coaches and owners and GMs feel different things about whether you do it. Sean Payton has said it introduces a losing culture into your organization. It's not good, but you boil it down to one game, 4 versus 1. What a huge advantage that would have been for the Patriots to have lost that game. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.